Hello everyone, welcome to PÖFF TV. It is my pleasure today to welcome to the studio the director of the movie If I Die Today, Camilla Arlien. Hello.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. So before I start, I want to say that even though I'm not someone who watches a lot of documentaries, when I watched this for the first time, it was, I think, one of the most impactful documentaries I've seen in a long time. So I want to thank you for that, for bringing this story
Thank you.
to us here at PÖFF. And so my first question would be, how did you find Jannik, the protagonist?
Yes. Years back, when I was in film school, I was doing a short film, a small exercise, and I knew someone who was singing in the prison choir that Jannik was also a part of. So through my friend in the choir, he said, we have a new member and you should really meet him. And then I went to see him, and he was still in prison at the time. And I really remember that day, and he did a big impression on me, and especially with his songs that he opened up for a lot of feelings that I didn't expect. And
Did you, without spoiling too much, when you first met him, did you ever imagine of how big of a project it would end up being?
No,
No.
not at all.
And how was the process like from going from, just a small interview to like this large 7-year documentary?
Yes, so first we did the small exercise. It was a short film, and he really liked the process of making the film, and he also liked the result. And then we just kept in touch there. And when I finished film school, we then started this film, and agreed that it would be years. It would not be a quick film to make, because we wanted time to be a part of it, and to be a part of the development, because he had really big problems of settling down outside of prison. So, and I don't even know I don't think he was completely sure why. So that was also part of the film, to see that.
How was the experience for you personally, in the sense that, when making documentaries, it's always more personal than, let's say, making fiction, in the sense that you actually have to live a lot with these people, and especially considering the time scale of this documentary, 7 years is quite a long time to follow someone. So how was this for you personally?
This is something that I like about making documentaries. It's hard for me to separate work and my personal life, and I also liked spending time with Jannik, and I always felt that I was doing something that was really making sense, even when it was really difficult, and even when it also made me sad to watch him have a hard time. Then I always felt that this makes sense. This can make a difference, and this is important.
Did you ever feel stuck in the way of, like, when making a documentary, you're not supposed to, be too involved with your subject, but as we watch the documentary, we really see him get deeper and deeper into his problems. So did you at some point think that, oh, maybe I should be helping him more, or did you have any thoughts like that?
Yes, I had a lot of thoughts like that. I think from very early I felt that the best help I could give him was to keep coming back and holding on to this project that we started together. He had his whole life he had been always the one making trouble or being a burden, or I think he really liked that he could give something. So by telling his story, and even when it was hard telling about it, he felt like he was giving something and he was useful.
He could
So-
vent out his emotions.
Yeah.
Channel them into something.
Yeah. Yes. So I think that was the best help I could give him, and then I helped him sometimes buy groceries or things like that. That actually was very difficult for him sometimes. So, but the best help was keep coming back, I think.
Yeah. Given how honest and how brutal this documentary is, did you ever worry about bringing this topic to the screen? In the sense that, for example, even when we had screenings here, we had mental health specialists, talk before the screening, and I think even though it premiered in Just Film, which is meant for young people, there is actually a disclaimer that if you're less than 16, maybe it's too hard for you. So, yeah, maybe how was it to bring like such a sensitive topic to the screen?
We have thought a lot about it, and also when screening it for the young audience, we really want to make sure that there is someone to catch them afterwards, and hopefully when the students go now, they go with a teacher and teachers, and the teachers can follow up on feelings that might occur maybe even in a week. Maybe it's not just after, but maybe yeah. And I still think it's important to talk about the hard things
Of course.
in life, because they will not disappear if we don't talk about them. And I think the film still shows that there is a lot of things that society and everyone close to someone having a hard time can do. So I think there is still a lot of things to do. It's not hopeless, but it hurts, of course.
It's hard. Speaking of society, in the light of this movie and your own experience with Jannik, what do you think that this movie can say about the prison system, in the sense that, prison should be a place where you get better and then you go out into life and you get to live a normal life once you have like accepted the things that you did. But as we unfortunately can see from Jannik and from a lot of other real world scenarios, a lot of times people, even when they try to get better, they really don't, because they're not accepted once they get out of prison.
Yes, and there's always reasons why they get there in the first place. So for Jannik, I think he had no place else to go, even though it sounds crazy, but he was needing some kind of help, someone to take control over his life, because it was too difficult for him to live, I think. So both the crimes that he gets involved in and drug abuse that he gets involved in is ways, I think, of shutting down and trying to push away the problems that are in his mind. The same problems will be there when he gets out, and the prison is not making it better, because it is also a place, of course, to be punished for what you did. So most of the time you get out more like broken than you were before, and then you are on your own again. Now in Denmark, the film is being used by the prison system and the police and some volunteers for education and for prevention, and to make a rehabilitation program better for the young.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's having a real effect in the world.
Yes.
When you were making this documentary, because it was a very long time, did Jannik know from the start that it's going to be something that everyone would see in the end? Did you ever talk to him about it?
Yes, of course, that this was the goal, of course, that people would see it, and that we would tell his story so it would have an impact on others. I'm not sure he would have imagined that it would be going here or going like out of Denmark, but I think he would be very proud of how it's doing also in Denmark.
Let's hope so. before we wrap up this short interview, is there something, maybe a key idea that you would want people to get from this movie, or some kind of message that you hope will reach a wider audience?
Yes, I think, yeah, one thing, of course, is to always remember that we all have our past with us. And this can affect how we are, like the actions we are doing, but we can always change also. We're not never stuck.
Not stuck.
And I think everyone really wants to be part of a community and be someone who's giving more than someone who's committing crimes
Mhm.
or being a burden to society. I think this is what everyone actually wants. So we can give more people a chance to be part of that community
Yeah.
spirit.
Well, thank you so much for bringing this honest and beautiful documentary to us. And thanks to everyone for watching. If I Die Today still has one screening left, so whenever you have the chance, go and see it.